Hey guys, welcome back to the Sideboarding channel. I know I mentioned in my last video that there will not be any deck profile this week in this channel. The reason was I was uncomfortable with my original Broly build. Something was lacking, I want to get it fixed before showing it on this video. However, I came across someone that went 6-0 with his original Broly build. I thought, why not we do that deck profile instead. So, without further ado, let's not keep him waiting. Let's see each other after the short intro, alright? Really excited to bring you this one, guys, because it is because of this particular leader that I started playing the game. So, yep, it's a very special leader to me. Hey guys, so welcome back from the intro video. We have a special guest here today who's gonna share his deck profile with us. Josh, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Josh Duquette. I'm the head admin / creator of the DBS CG Broly Players Facebook page, and I've been playing this OG Green Broly leader since set 1, day 1. And I've tried other decks, but I keep coming back to Big Legendary Boy here, and I am really excited to talk about the new Series 7 build with the new ISR, because it made the deck much better.
It is amazing how one card really just takes care of all the weaknesses of the deck, right?
Yeah, basically, it solves Broly's slow awakening problem, it solves the tutoring ring problem, it solves the evolutions for the bigger drops like the 6 and the 7 being too costly. It really does pretty much fix every issue the leader had.
Yep. And to the viewers out there who might not know the leader that well, this is a set 1 leader. Fortunately, we got this leader in foil. If you do not know, I think it was until which set that they decided not to put in rare leaders anymore. So every leader will get the same treatment, which I think that's a great idea anyways. So, okay, let's talk a little bit about the leader for those who does not know. Broly, one of the thing what I like about the leader, except for the artwork, more than the artwork itself, or not more, outside of the artwork, is how it is it really feels like Broly, the Berserker, right? Because when this card cannot attack battle cards, okay, that thing we know, but also when this card attacks both players, so you and your opponent chooses one card from your hands and puts it in the drop area, so it is not it does not distinct between you or your opponent, right? That's how Broly is. He fights everybody. And Broly, the legendary Super Saiyan, again, he cannot attack battle cards. That's a shame. Also, when this card attacks, you get to draw one card, and then both players chooses one card from their hands and put it into the drop area. That's the same. However, we have to choose also one battle card from the battle area, not battle card. Choose one card from the battle area and place that card in the drop area as well. So it doesn't differentiate between you or your opponent. Again, both of you have to do that. Take note, it is not KOing. It is you choose one card in your battle area. It does not have to be a battle card. Why is that important, Josh?
Because as of right now, this Broly leader is the only leader that can take out fields or battle cards affected by Mafuba.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, even Mafuba.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's something. It never happened to me before, so I do not know this, right? Because we seldom play Broly with Mafuba. If you get Mafuba, yes, but we seldom play Broly with Mafuba, but now there's a chance that it can be done. Yep.
Yeah, in the early days, a lot of players, to compensate for how slow and linear the deck was, they would splash in blue and the regular Mafuba. So you could Mafuba, say, a card with Indestructible, like the Zamasu or whatever, which Broly normally couldn't get rid of. And then you could use Broly's ability to put the Mafuba card in the drop area.
Oh, this is amazing. However, it does have one bad side to it, if you do not have any battle card in your battle area, if you swing with the Awakened side, you do have to take your field card, which is a Broly Ring, and put it into the drop area. So this is something that we, the players, have to be very careful of. All right, Yosh, why not you talk about your deck for us?
Yeah, sure. So there's a lot of variance now with the OG Green Broly leader because the ISR grants so much freedom with deck construction. You don't need to dedicate as many slots to Self-Awakening. You don't need to dedicate as many slots to the old 2-drop Paragus to grab Ring, because this guy takes care of it all. But, to be thematic, and because I like Broly so much, I have a Broly engine with the 1-drop, the 3-drop, the 4-drop, the 7, and the secret rare. Yep, the typical chain. And then alongside that, I have what's called the Piercing package, which is the Anniversary Box Sun Gohan Display of Strength going into the Piercing 7-drop. And both the high-end Broly target and the Piercing Gohan are 7-drop greens, which fit the secret rare criteria. So between the ISR, the 7 Broly, and the 7 Gohan, there are 10 secret rare targets.
Question then, because this one of the reason why I don't run this package is that it has too many one cost 10k inside. How does it affect your deck then?
To be honest, with the ISR and Awakening so fast, you have such a large hand that it doesn't really feel like dead weight. In addition, the Paragus Super Combo lets you warp a card from your hand. You can easily justify warping a 10k to clean up your hand. And realistically, you only need one of the 7-drop, whichever one you're going for, with the ISR. So you can just charge 1 or 2. I've played probably around 15 to 20 games since getting my cards, and I have not had an issue without comboing people at all.
All right. What about the Paragus Quelling the Beast? Why that over Caulifla?
3 reasons. First, I play a lot of yellow Trader Dende online and in person for whatever reason, and going into that Mecha Frieza promo, playing a card, they could bring me down to a situation by forcing me to take a life off the Caulifla play that I don't want to be in, versus Paragus will always draw a card. Second, Paragus, like I just said, Paragus draws a card, so it allows you to dig deeper through your deck for, say, the secret rare or the ISR or a negate or whatever, versus drawing from the life is a considerably smaller pool. And third, I wanted to keep the deck as Broly themed as possible, so you can't have Broly without his dad, right?
Okay, so the reason why I run the other one, which is the veggie package, right? And I'm still trying it out. The reason is because it's 20k. It's just much harder to take care to remove, because maybe in my meta there are more people playing baby. So 10k is such a big target for anyone just to remove it easily. And Caulifla helps to self-awaken, and also Caulifla swings at 20. So it's also a good pressure when it comes to Caulifla. But you're right, if you have so much Dende, the Trader Dende, then maybe running Paragus might be the better idea. Yeah,
they're definitely both worth considering. I've seen decks run 2 and 2 of each. It really just depends on the rest of your makeup and what you need.
All right. Maybe the next question then. How good is the 7-drop Broly?
The Supreme Berserker, the SR from Series 6, it's pretty good. I mean, when it first came out, it was kind of slow to get out because you had to evolve for 5 if you didn't run the other Broly promos, and Burst 5 is a really heavy cost. But being able to pay 4 energy with the ISR to bring out both it and the 7-drop Broly together, and then looking at their hand, so then you know if you can go for game, it's really strong. It's not maxed out because it is kind of clunky You could probably get away with putting it 2, but 3 has been a good number in my testing so far. As far as which effect I like more, either the swinging twice or looking at their hand, it's definitely the looking at the hand. I've played a lot of U7 Frieza where I'll snipe the victory strike before they can throw it down on me the next turn. There have been times where I'll see that they only have 1 negate and 2 life, and I'll just drop the secret rare anyway and take their 1 negate and just kill them. Like, it gives you a lot of flexibility.
Okay, because one of the things when I look at how you set up your deck, you have the chain, right? You have the endless evolution, you have the deathless warrior, but then your only option to go above deathless warrior is that 3 Broly. That's why I do play for myself the 6-drop 2, but you do have the next game ender package, which is the piercing package. So that is your game ender. That's why you're not running this 6-drop, right? So it's pretty good. Another question over here, the whole board. What do you think about Heroes Mafuba? Because since you run Urgent Aid Kami, but you do not run the Heroes Mafuba, is there any reasons why?
I don't own them. that's the reason. I don't own them. If I did, they would definitely be in the sideboard, because throwing down Kami and then having them there to Mafuba, like I talked about earlier, but now you don't need to run dual color, and the Mafuba card Broly can sack with his leader effect. That's a great interaction. Ooh. Really helps out the deck. I just don't own them, and that's why they're not in the side.
Okay, so if you have them, it's definitely a must play.
Yeah, if you insist on mainboarding Kami, then I would definitely side the Mafuba, because I feel like putting them both in the main board might not be the best play, especially since this deck does have like 11 10k combos and 7 extra cards already. So that might not be recommended, but again, play to your meta. But I will say that if you do have Heroes Mafuba and you do have the Kami, definitely consider trying it at least.
All right. Maybe the next thing that I would like to talk about is, could you give an outline, like a blueprint, how to play the deck? How would you play the deck? You took it to 6-0, right? So
yes,
maybe give us some tips on how to pilot it.
Well, mulligan, you almost always want a mulligan for the ISR, because
would you keep it, or do you put it back into the deck?
I put it back into the deck, because now you want the rings in the deck for just in case you draw the ISR from your life, taking damage, or just drawing it on your turn. My go-to turn 1 is usually the Broly 1-drop to either search for the ISR if I don't have it, dig for the secret rare, that kind of stuff. Turn 2 is 9.5 times out of 10 we're gonna awaken with the ISR swing. So I like to do Gohan on turn 2, so that way, they hit me right. Let's say they go second. They hit me, I'm at 7 life. It comes back to my turn 2. Use Broly leader, drop the ISR, go to 5. Use Gohan, take me to 4. Awaken. So now I have a big hand, 1 free energy up for a negate, or if I happen to draw a bunch of 10k combos, that kind of scenario. I don't need to. What was I going to say? You can edit that out if you want. I lost my train of thought. Oh no. So turn 3 is the turn that varies. My favorite turn 3 play lately, and I know it's kind of risky, so I definitely wouldn't recommend it if your meta is very aggro or if you go second, but I like evolving the little 1-drop Broly into Deathless right away, because Deathless in tandem with the Broly swing, 90% of the time you will rip 3 from their hand, because the Broly swing will take away whatever they have, and then you evolve into Deathless and you make them drop 2 more. And turn 3, dropping 3 cards, depending on the deck, that could make or break it. Their hand size could be small enough where you just took out crucial early game cards to set up for their late game. And then turn 4, if I'm feeling frisky, go into the ISR, drop the ring, secret rare, go into the Gohan piercing package, drop the secret rare, or just double up on like Paragus, Kami, Broly, draw some cards, get ready for defense, and then turn 5, you're gonna kill them. Like, if your opponent lets OG Broly get to turn 5, they are dead no matter what. The deck can kill on turn 4, guaranteed turn 5.
Yeah, because I can see that you end game, your end. One of the discussion that we had previously, before I even decided not to do my deck profile, was that we kind of agree that if we don't run either piercing or a double striker or stuff like that, if we just really depends on the SCR and the 7-drop, it doesn't end game that well, right? But your deck looks lethal.
Yes, most of my games end on turn 4 because when you drop the piercing package, you get that pseudo board wipe from piercing being played with that new ruling they made, and your opponent also virtually can't combo. So the idea behind it is that even if you don't have the secret rare, the Gohan, virtually uncomboable, combined with the leader swing, also virtually uncomboable, you will push 3 damage. And that's a pretty reliable turn 4 win. And then if somehow they survive or somehow they out combo it all, if your life is sufficient enough, you can go into the secret rare and push the extra 4. So that's 7 damage on turn 4. That's just nutty.
Yep, and but if the secret rare drops, you really have to finish the game. If not, you're the one who's gonna get finished, because one life, you draw a card, and they swing with the leader, you're dead.
Yeah, if you don't see the secret rare, that was my biggest concern. A lot of people that have the secret rare that are excited to build OG Broly with this ISR, they're banking on the secret rare, like you and I talked about, and I don't feel comfortable running such a linear glass cannon win con in a deck that is historically a very good mid-range. So I like to have a backup win con, in this case, the Gohan. The other one that you talked about was the OG 6-drop Broly, the double strike 30k that drops 2 at random. That's also a great option that I've seen a lot of people mess around with. I just like the Gohan because I think that the piercings auto is the craziest thing for 4 energy that you could do in mono green.
Yeah, the piercing Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, that is a very, very good card, especially after the anniversary box for 4 energy, and then you draw 2. There is no reason why not to play it. However, like you said, I would like to stick to the team.
Hey, that's no problem. I mean, here I am the guy saying I like a Broly themed deck, but I'm not running every Broly. I know it might seem kind of hypocritical there, but
no. But it's just a different flavor altogether. I like the Gohan package. The reason I'm not running it is just because I just want to use my 6-drop, because you know how beautiful that card is. So
yeah, the SPR 6-drop is still one of my favorite SPRs.
Yeah, that thing looks really, really good. Maybe 2 last questions before we end the interview. The first one is I actually forgot my first one, so let's go to the second one first. The second one is Tactical Victory Vegeta.
Oh yes, I like it because there are a lot of decks in this game that like to go wide now. The 2 that come to mind that I've played the most is the new Zamasu and the new yellow Kaba. They both have fields that are vital to their strategy, the mass replication and the planet salad, or whatever it's called, Sadala. But there may just be too many targets on board for your Broly leader swing to actually get at their field. Especially in the case of mass replication, because planet salad they might want to drop for that effect. That when it, I don't remember the effect off the top of my head, but I know they get some kind of advantage when the field dies. But for mass replication specifically, they might just have too many blockers. Tactical Victory Vegeta is a nice little field snipe, turn off all their blockers.
Yep, and for Zamasu deck, a lot of them plays only around 2 mass replication. So
Right.
once you snipe one of them off, the chances of them having it back, it's very, very little.
Yep.
Another question would be black cards or 1 or 2 copies of other colors. For example, like Champa or Scientist Fool. Would you recommend it?
No, because the ISR strictly prohibits the use of any non-green cards. So I would hate to run the risk of like milling or comboing a non-green card and then have it in a public area, and then I can't use my ISR for turn 4 if I need to.
Yeah, there's another point that you brought up is that comboing is something that we don't really, it's not a problem for us, but there is a big issue with but also when Broly, the Supreme Berserker, people said that it's going to burst 5, but once a Berserker comes out, that means you have already kicked off the ISR. You already play it, so it's fine. However, there's also another problem where you get crit.
Right. If you get crit or some kind of burn effect, I don't feel comfortable running that because, I mean, just you ask yourself at face value, would I want to run one card in my deck that could turn off my own win condition? And 9 out of 10 people are going to say, no, what are you, crazy? So that's the logic I took into it. I wish I could side black cards, but I can't, so we got to make do.
Yep. I think Bandai took it too literal when we said that we like monocolor deck. Like, really. I think a lot of us, when we say monocolor deck, there's still this 1 or 2 black cards that we play, but we still consider monocolor because that's how it is, right? Because we're not going to charge that black cards, but it's just a good something that we run. Okay, great. So I think we have come to the end of the video. Josh, before we end the video, do you have anything to say to the viewers?
I mean, in general, this format right now, I think, is one of the best formats that the game has ever had. There's so many new leaders and so many new archetypes, like OG Broly here as an example, that can hang and that are somewhat competitive, at least definitely local area. So play what you want is what I'm saying. Play what you want, build it, have fun. Don't feel pressured to play meta. And at a more specific level, I love you, Broly fam. Stay legendary.
Yeah, stay legendary. And thank you so much for coming to share your deck. And also, you're one of the guys I have mad respect for, because you keep on playing OG Broly, even in set 2, set 3, set 4, even during the aggression period, right? But you're still fighting for OG Broly. So that's really, really cool. And of course, the Broly fam, I will put the link to the Facebook group in this video, in the description video. Guys, if you guys are a big fan of Broly, please check it out. I think it's one of the best Facebook group out there. It really, in my personal opinion, not just try to make you happy. I really think.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry.
I really think it's such a great community that we have in the Broly group. All right, guys. So
thanks. I appreciate that.
So guys, if there is nothing, so guys, this would be the end of the video here. Guys, if you have any comments, please put it down in the comment section, like, subscribe, and if you want to send me a private message, follow me on Instagram. The link is in the description of the video. If not, guys, see you guys in the next video. All right, ciao guys.